What's up everyone, this is CoyneDawg here with another GTA video. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top 5 underrated cars in the Supercars class, and this is going to be based purely on racing. So the Supercars class is generally dominated by people that are using the likes of the RE7B, the Nero Custom, the Tempesta, those sorts of cars. You get a few people that use an Osiris or a T20 maybe, but those are the kind of the main cars you see. But there's many other great cars out there that I feel people forget about in the Supercars class. So I've had a look through them to see what I thought, and I've got my top 5 that I feel people forget about that are a little bit underrated. So coming in at number 5 on this list, we've got the Grotti Turismo R. So the Turismo R is a really interesting vehicle. It's beautifully balanced in terms of its handling, it's got a stunning look, particularly around the rear end. And if you're in a field of average level racers or random lobby, then this car is definitely capable of fighting for those top positions. If the level of racing is a little bit higher than that, then you may struggle a little bit, but it's definitely a worthy addition to anyone's garage in my opinion. So at number 4 we've got the Overflod Entity XF. So the Entity is a vehicle that's been around in this game for a long time, and people seem to associate that with it no longer being competitive, but in the right hands it definitely still can be. The level of grip this thing offers is just insane, and with great levels of acceleration and top speed to go with it. I find the handling a lot more stable and predictable than the likes of something like the T20, which can be a little bit tail happy, and I probably recommend this as an alternative to the T20. In at 3 we've got the ProGen Tyrus. Now if you're ever on racetracks made of stump pieces with lots of long high speed sweeping corner sections, then you've probably seen the RE7B cornering significantly quicker than all the other top vehicles. Well, this car is a good alternative to that. It's got a really good level of downforce that it generates, allowing those higher cornering speeds, and if you've got a reasonable level of skill you should be able to mix it with the top cars that will be quicker than you on the straights but slower in the corners. In at number 2 we've got what for me is a bit of a surprise, and that is the FMJ. Now I've spent no time with this car since it was released into the game last year, but I started testing it this week for an upcoming testing video and I was really pleasantly surprised. The lap times I can get with it are reasonably competitive, but more importantly its predictable handling and the ability to soak up bumps makes it a car which you can drive with a high level of consistency and get into a good rhythm with, rather than some of the other top vehicles which can be quicker but are more difficult to maintain that consistent level of performance with. So I definitely recommend this as something you guys should consider, to be honest. Finally at number 1, and this might not be a surprise to many people, but it is of course the Zentorno. One of the very oldest supercars we have in the game, being the second DLC supercar we had released. But this thing is still a beast, capable of being on the pace of the very top supercars if you can handle it. For ease of driving I definitely wouldn't recommend it, as it is quite difficult to tame, but if you can handle it and you're a high level racer and want to be different from the crowd, then this is a really good option for you, to be honest. So that was my top 5 underrated supercars, so I hope that's given you guys some food for thought of different cars you can use. There's probably a few more I could have put in there as well, but I narrowed it down to those 5. But I really hope it gives people something to think about. You know, you don't have to be a sheep and follow everyone else using the Nero Custom and the RE7B. There's plenty of other cars out there you can be competitive with. So have a little bit of think about that. Thanks very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't done already, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a like. I'll probably be back again at some point in the week with another video. Thanks very much.